What the hell is going on, traders? It's been a little bit. My house has been an absolute crazy, crazy town over here. It's been real hard to get some shit going together, but got a lot of other projects going on. I got my first car to try to flip here. Finally getting back into that, so I've been putting a lot of my effort into that. I've thought about putting videos out about that on this channel. I don't know. People would be interested in seeing my struggles and hopefully successes or whatever, just kind of documenting that. If y'all would, just type something in the comments, be like, hell yeah, or whatever. That would be, cool. Something I've been wanting to get back into for a while, but hey, whatever. Let's talk about charts and price, because holy shnikes. Talk about total market cap coming right to the top. I was talking about this last night with my buddy. I was like, man, we're like at the same level of monies involved in market cap. And I know market cap has its flaws and blah, 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 whatever. But just taking it real short and face value is what we can take it for. I was like, man, it is kind of weird. We're so far away from a lot of all-time highs on coins. Yeah, of course, there's some like Ajax, Solana, ADA, blah, blah, blah. There's a handful that are up there. Hex, blah, blah, blah. But there's, it wasn't higher. There wasn't more money participating overall. And I was like, man, that's kind of odd. And so actually, I guess maybe I got lucky. I actually went all cash yesterday because I was just like, man, this is just feeling weird and too euphoric. Things like Ardor started pumping. I'll come back to this in a second. My buddy goes, Ardor just pumped hardcore, and I went and looked at Ardor and some of these things that have been around since 2014, just doing epic pumps. I was just like, huh. And then Bitcoin finally started rallying, but Ethereum stalled out, and I was like, man, it's like some weird like exit rotation distribution type behavior, and I just ended up taking off, but whatever. I'm thinking about rebuying in right here, but I don't know. This is pretty nasty price action. I mean, if we look at this total market cap, like from wick to tail, I mean, we're talking 25%. What is this? Like 0.6 trillion? So $600 billion just moved out of nowhere just today? Like, that's crazy. Some people were citing some Salvador legal tender or some crap. I don't know exactly. Y'all know I don't really watch news that much. I just kind of get a little bit of it from chat groups and stuff that I'm in. You don't even have to read it or watch it. If you're just participating in different chat groups and your friends are going to talk about it anyway. So, but yeah, this is pretty nasty. $600 billion in, I mean, really, like if we zoom in, I mean, really happened all in about an hour. So that's pretty crazy. I'm not buying this dip right now. Maybe if I had some resting orders around the 42, 44. I did not do that. That's something I've been trying to get myself to do, especially in crypto, those just staggered orders and leaving them on the books for a while. I got a friend that does that, and he just kills it. And it's pretty low stress because you're not really watching it. You're just waiting for them to go get filled. But anyway, I mean, this is pretty nasty. I mean, we were looking at that 51,000 area, which is where we needed to kind of get past and confirm that this is a breakout. And now we don't really have that. We had one day over at a close and then another day. And another thing, too, that I was a little bit concerned about is Labor Day pumping. When everything's closed and we're just kind of pumping really hard. And I was just kind of like, huh, that is odd. Sorry, my son was talking to me for a second. Anyway, pretty brutal. We were looking for over 51,000. That's like the was the kind of flip point where we would get bullish on this structure. I know I had made a video in like 4 days or something But everything was the same, you know, above 51. We start getting daily closes above there, open and closes, and it starts to look pretty damn good, and especially a weekly close above that, which the weekly did close pretty damn sexy. We did get it over the 41,000 area, actually even closer. It actually looked pretty damn good, up at almost 42K. But then followed by what's happening today. I know the week just started. We still got 5 days, so it's kind of like whatever. But on the daily, this is not a whatever candle. And I'm definitely a little bit concerned about further upside now with this. Let's zoom in a little bit. I mean, this 458 has closed officially about a couple hours ago, earlier this morning. And it has engulfed the previous, what is this, 18 days of business. So that's not good. It is kind of, price is telling us that we're reasserting, bears are reasserting their dominance at anything below the 48,000 handle, which has been a big kind of, you know, little pivot zone there. You can see a lot of these bodies kind of just flip-flopping around, you know, 46 to 48. And like we talked about on the videos before, as long as we were holding about 48 in the intermediate on short term, then we'd be okay. And then 46 and 42, you can pretty much see if we zoom in, this shit got mad respect here. Here's 51, which if basic TA, I know I didn't make a video, but basic TA would have been saying 51 was now the floor, because that was like our previous resistance area. So we got above that. You can see we go sideways at about 51 for a while. Dump fest, go to this horizontal 618, close below it, dump all the way, blew through 46, all the way to the 44 level, and even touched the 42,000 handle, really all in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Pretty crazy. And to me, this just looks like, I don't know, man. This is not good. This is not what we wanted to see for bulls. I do think that I'm definitely waiting for the daily to close. Had I had some, or I saw the time that, or was around right here at 10 in the morning a few hours ago, I probably would have bought around 44 in this level. But now it's kind of like, this is a little bit brutal. It's about 10% more down to that low. I want to see how this daily closes. If it can close kind of like around, you know, 46, above 46,000, it'll probably be okay. Definitely if it can close back above 40 in the 48,000 handle, then I wouldn't be as concerned. Maybe this is just some weird El Salvadorian FUD. No, I don't know. One of my friends did say the blocks were printing really fast. There's like 4 blocks that printed in 1 minute, and I could actually share that with y'all. Hold on. Let's see here. Where be that? Where be it? Trying to see if I can find it, man. Alright, I guess I can screw this. Alright. Yeah, you can check this out right here. You can see these blocks. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Look how fast they are printing up, man. Usually they're about 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm not super technically inclined with all the Bitcoin stuff. Some of my friends were calling this just variance and that there wasn't many transactions in there. So that might pose another issue. If like price is going up, but we're not getting any transactions on the chain, then is that a concern? This is definitely a concern. I don't know. I don't recall ever seeing that before. Just printing up lots of blocks super fast. I do think that there is a concern there. But, you know, man, just TA is kind of showing us the way right now, too, that we do need to be concerned outside of any kind of news events. And Ethereum was showing that, let's see if we load it up. It actually had vol flashes. Wish I would have made a video yesterday about that. It actually had vol flashes right here signaling need to watch out on this move. And again, this is non-directional, so I'm not saying that this was like predicting this dump. Predicting is stupid. It's not going to make you money. Just prepare for different price action scenarios. Predicting is a fool's game in the markets. Anyway, I don't want to go on a rant about that because I want to keep this video semi-short. But yeah, you can see it did vol flash us yesterday 3 times, and we got some continuation to the downside. So we'll get to Ethereum in a second. But finishing up the thoughts on this, this is a little bit brutal of price action, and I'm not too convinced that this is the end of it. We did bounce nice off the mama around the 55 and this $42,000 level, so the bulls are confirming that that is kind of the defending zone, line in the sand. That's what we've been calling it for many, many videos now. So let's just kind of see how this daily closes, and that's going to be very telling. Let's see what futures are doing. Oh yeah, one thing, if you use DMI like we use it on here, above 26, the threshold is the power zone, right? Look at something very interesting here. From this time that it first got in the power zone back in the mid-30s, confirming that this had strength behind it. Pretty much right after breaking over this trend line too that we've been watching since the beginning of the year. You get both of those nice signals, but now look, every time it was making new highs, you're making lower highs on the DMI, and then it even got to the point where it wasn't even able to get above 26 on like very substantial new highs in this structure. So that was a little bit concerning there. Of course, one day, 20%, 30%. I mean, a lot of these coins are down 30%. I mean, XRP is almost, did it go to $1? Oh my God, it went to 95 cents. Oh, brutal, brutal. So this does not look good. This is not a very good looking setup. Look at this going right to the 618, this blue horizontal. Getting major rejections. I'm getting ahead of myself though. Wow, this is pretty nasty. This daily, if this closes anywhere below 40, pretty much 47, 47.5 on this structure, this is a pretty bearish candle. And if I flip it, like the one we talked about on Planeteer, let me just go to that one real quick for reference. See, so when Planeteer did a similar candle, was it Planeteer? Oh, it's upside down. Herp. When Planeteer did something like that over here, that's super, super bullish, right? This type of candle structure. We talked about that on stream on that day in mid-May. And so if we go to Bitcoin and look at the same thing on the futures, it's real ugly on the futures, but it's also on the spot too. But this little attempt to get higher and then slap down. Bears are rejecting this price action up here. So that's a little bit concerning. Now, it doesn't mean anything because the day isn't closed. We got about 3 hours in the futures and probably about 6 hours. Yep, 6 hours on spot price. So very important daily closes today. I do think the damage has kind of been done, and I would not be surprised for some consolidation and whipsaw, and maybe even a test down to 40 or, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. If we get back anywhere sub 44,000, probably even 46, the flat does it, but definitely I think below 44K, we probably will test into the upper 30s. Let's see here. Ethereum, same thing, bounced right off the mama in this little cluster. So bulls are saying, hey, no, we like it above 33 still. That is the line in the sand right now for Ethereum, is at 3,300. As long as we're above that, it's okay. Definitely a little bit of damage done, though. But 3,300, and on futures, oh, sorry. About 3,300. Futures is showing a little bit lower, like mid 3,100s. Litecoin, I mean, look at this, rallied right up to the horizontal. Look at this BSTA work sometimes. And then just swift rejection. This is not what you want to see in a bull market. What is bull market supposed to do? It's supposed to go up. We start consolidating like this and getting back into these lower end ranges, this really starts to turn into a cluster F, and we can probably look for further downside. Let's see, XRP. Hopefully it's just some stupid FUD from something. I don't know what it could be. I don't really care either. You all know I'm a chart guy. Don't care about news. As Bernard Baruch would say, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. And apparently, the chart's telling us, watch the hell out. Man, closing all the way. And I don't like, bulls should have not let this breach $1 if they were going to be really strong. And you could even make an argument for like $1.05. So this is definitely brutal. If this thing closes below 107, 105 on this daily, I would definitely be looking for lower prices on this. But this is a pretty swift rejection. Oh my God, brutal move. 35%? Jesus Christ. Most of that was literally all in, what is this? 30 minutes. All right. Wow. Swift rejection. Look at this kind of like double top right at the top of this stupid range, man. It is so hard for ETC to get above $80. The bulls are the bears are not letting it happen. And I mean, the structure shows that. You got this indecision doji with follow through to the downside right back over here at the end of May. And that's being respected very, very hardcore. So I'm going to throw a horizontal up there. We've been talking about the upper 70s as major resistance for a while, and it looks like that has still been holding true. Dot was looking great. Nice formation. These are usually really good when they go up like this, but nope. Just kidding. But it is trying to hold right on top of this, so that's decent. That's a decent place for it to stop, is right here. But now we're going to need more info, man. Like, this just kind of ruined some of the momentum. ADA, you know, this was another concern I was talking to my buddy about last night, was ADA stopped rallying and everything else just kind of had these little blow-off top real quick. It's like the total trash coins. And this thing just was sitting there. Mega resistance there at that 320-ish area, and we are getting fall through to the downside. It is getting caught, though, right here about 230. But as we said in the videos before, man, anything sub 250 on this, you have to question the strength of the bulls. And so until we're back above 250, I don't like anything about it. Let's see. Link, kind of a lot of stuff is just sitting atop the previous ranges, like local ranges, like right here. And man, right up to the top again of the late May runs. That's not great. That is not great. Oof, brutal. EOS couldn't even get to the top of the late May. Man, yeah, we're going to need a lot more time to consolidate this now. Yeah, could have just pump and reverse this and tomorrow or later today or this week. Yeah, anything can happen. Obviously, no one was getting ready for, you know, a 30% down single day, and not even single day, more like single hour. So, you know, shit, crypto's crazy, man. But I don't like this price action at all today. It's kind of helping boost my conviction about this being a bull trap. I was just looking at some of the trades that I made too and compared them to the other market cycles just to see where like my head was at. And when I was buying shit coins like red token and colored tokens and these other things, and I was looking at my buy orders and like where they got filled and compared it to the last couple cycles, I was like, man, whenever I bought trash like that, it was pretty much like showing I was getting too euphoric. Now I'm just one stupid person, so it doesn't really mean that much, but for me, I do take a little bit of weight on that, just like I talk about when I have more than like 20 positions in equities and crypto too, but mostly equities. Then I need to really reevaluate my positions because I'm getting a little bit euphoric. So just kind of interesting. And now we're getting bears. They're saying, hey, bitch, don't forget about us. And, you know, and they have been forgotten, to be fair, literally since late July to now. So it's been about 50 days. The bulls, or the bears, I'm sorry, have been nowhere to be found. So they're saying, hey, don't forget about me. Oh my God. Well, this is a spinning doji top here, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be considered a follow through to the downside candle. Jesus Christ, almost 40% today. Absolutely brutal. Some money was out there to be made today, though, on some dips if you were sitting around there. Was hanging out with the kiddos, so I missed a lot of that until I got a couple of alerts on my phone. I was like, what? The what just got hit? What target? But yeah, so I mean, we're pretty much across the same board here. Everything except for there is one that just killed it, and it is everyone's favorite, Solana. Look at this shit. It's up 7%. After it did dump though, it wasn't immune to this dumping. It was down 20-something%, but it just rallied its face off immediately. But look where it's already stalling right here. So I would not. If I had this, I'd be using that to get out of this position if it was me. But, you know, this isn't financial advice. I'm an idiot. Who cares what I say, right? But for me, I'd be using to get out of that because after seeing something like this, look at this, 30%. Sorry, it's 30% down. So it was not immune to the morning sell-off today. Pretty nasty, man. So we need some time to digest some of these moves. XMR just getting rejected after looking kind of good, but stalling right here at the 320 level. Yeah, I mean, everything looks the same pretty much. Pretty brutal. Dash actually looks really bad. Lower high. We're about to make a lower low. Is the trend changing? It does appear to be that way. It does, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if you're short, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm not a moon boy. I'm just a trader. So you can see this trend line cross right about 36, right mid-30s, about where we went. Got the rejection, lower highs, lower lows. You know, Dogecoin was kind of giving us a clue, actually, for the last... We've got a raging clue right now. For the last couple of weeks, making lower highs and lower lows. So the trend had already changed on Doge. That's interesting. Pretty brutal sell-off here. Bears are saying, nah, bitch, this is trash below 27. And that's this little liquid zone between 27 and 30 that we've been really watching. It's super important. Has been for a while since we got up here. And pretty much, man, this is brutal. This is really, really bad on Doge. If this closes anywhere below 27 cents, this is effed. I don't like it at all. Yeah, it's hitting on the 200 MA right there and that and blah, blah, blah. But let's slice through all these EMAs like butter on a daily, and that is never sexy. And I don't have any positions on right now. So Hex putting in a little spinny top too. It was not immune either. The Hexicans took it on the chin for a second. Actually with a bigger spike, about 30-something%. Well, not bigger, about the average one. So pretty interesting. Possible candle top here. This is like Doge gains, dude. So crazy. Way to go, Hexicans. Y'all got it in. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's try to fly through this because I'm already taking too longer than I wanted to. I wanted to keep it under 20 minutes, but that's really hard for me to do. Kind of getting a little bit of rounded top action here. ES a little bit. This 3-hour candle is actually kind of bearish, taking out all the previous week or so, 10 days of business. So as long as we're back below 45.30s, mid-30s, it's kind of a little bit neutral. Now, obviously, higher time frames are bullish, anything above 4,500, but lower time frames are showing a little bit of weakness. NASDAQ, not so much. NASDAQ tech has just been absolutely ripping face. Apple, all that stuff is just doing really good. There's nothing wrong with this chart until we get back below 15,500. The Dow has been a concern for a little while. We talked about it in the last video. It's not participating. Bears are not letting it get above this 35.5 area. We are bouncing off this trend line one more again, but a little sloppy. This isn't my favorite chart, and this 3-hour is pretty bad. Closing on the bottom end of it on like the pretty much a nasty giant big body. This is actually a little bit concerning. Let's see. Russell still looks okay. Kind of clustering. You do have the EMAs pointing up. I mean, Russell actually still looks all right. I would change my tune on this below like 22.40. And then maybe we look for probably like low 22s and we have to reassess. But as long as it's above about 22.40, it looks okay. Dow Jones, this is actually getting some pressure on it. Lower highs, higher lows, little symmetrical triangle kind of forming. Man, and transportation is effed right now. So I don't know. This is kind of a anything back below 14.5. I would be looking for probably testing these lows over here. And with Dow lagging too. And it looks like it got only pumped up off of that stupid, like, oh, the Congress or the Senate, only one side passed the infrastructure bill. It's awesome. And it's like, well, that's only one part of our government. It's got to go through a couple more. I guess that doesn't matter. People get hyped up. Bouncing off of this again. I did buy some volatility last week on Friday. So that probably is panning out okay. What? I'm gonna go help my kid get something out of his toy closet real fast. Hold on. Look at me. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Had to go help the kiddo. Alrighty. Let's see. Where was I at? Volatility. Oh, yeah. Bouncing off this horizontal again. VVIX doing the same thing. Kind of at this little right above its threshold at 100. Oil. Man, oil is actually looks pretty bearish. It's kind of in this broadening wedge type formation, which is something like this. Whoop, not like that. Oops, hold up. Hold up. Something like this, right? Lower highs, lower lows, and trend line cross right here. Yeah, I mean, below 70 bucks, that 69.70 area, which was a big pivot before, is kind of solidifying itself as resistance, so I'd be a little bit careful there. Anything back below 67, this thing is probably going to test at least a few dollars lower. Bonds kind of breaking down a little bit here, surprisingly. Breaks trend line, rallies the underbelly, rejection, and follow through. So let's go look at notes, same thing. Kind of a little distribution pattern right here. Yeah, all right, interesting. Bonds on the weekly, let's go to that. Yeah, this is real sloppy here right now. It looked a lot prettier back over here, but it's super sloppy. We're all spaghettied out, and we are a little bearish on the oscillators. So sub like 163, 164 probably's got downside pressure on it. It has to really get back above this horizontal at like 163-ish. Dixie, what are you doing? Rallying right off this little trend line. Look at that. Beautiful. See if we can get back above 92.70, and we probably can see into the 93s. Yeah, the weekly is kind of trying to reset. Not much momentum anywhere. Not much momentum. Back below 92, I'd be concerned on this. Euro, same crap. That one's pretty easy to read. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. Shanghai, rip face. What's up? Let's go. Shanghai says, suck it, bro. I don't know, dude. Shanghai is just beast mode. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy. It looks bullish as hell above 3,600. That's about all I can say about that. Let's see. We got weekly support. Man, not quite all the way intact, but it's close. Pretty damn bullish for the Chinese. Gold got molly wop today. I'm actually thinking about buying some. I took some of mine off. I took about half of my position off on Friday because it was coming up to like a major resistance area. But now I'm kind of thinking about doing a little bit of Scoopy McScoopsons. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to put... I meant to do that earlier. I'm glad I remembered. Alright. And, you know, gold's a big contract if you're trading futures. They do have micros on them if you want, and it's a 10th of the size. I believe it's a 10th. It might be like a 7th or something. It's like a weird number, but I'm pretty sure it's a 10th. And it's MGC, micro gold contract, I guess is kind of what it stands for. And you can see right here, same thing. And so how it works out is it's, yeah, it is a 10th of the size. Because it's $10 per dollar movement on the regular contract, and on the micro, it's shit. I'm sorry. I'm having a little. No, wait. I didn't say that right. It's $10 for every dollar move on the micro, and $100 for every dollar move on the major, which is just GC. It's a very large contract. I believe it's like 180 grand notional, something like that. But yeah, this is interesting. I like kind of that it's stalling right here at the mama, and it's still kind of like staying above this little cluster. The one thing I don't like about it is attempting to take out the EMAs today. Let's actually just go back to the gold. There's going to be more volume and stuff, although I know it looks exactly the same, but it's the more traded one. You can see, though, that's why I took it off a little bit on Friday. I took off about half of my exposure just because, you know, getting right up atop this range that it's been rejected from 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 times. Yeah, I just didn't want to take the chances. And you can always buy back in. That's something you got to really burn into your brain, because a lot of people are like, you just hodl forever, dude. What if I didn't sell it here? You told me to sell here, buy here, blah, 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 blah. You can do that dance forever, man. But you can always buy back in. And if you're ever feeling emotional, most of this stuff is so tight on the spreads, and commissions are pretty much zero now. Just buy, close the position out, and then see if you can reopen the same position. Because 9 times out of 10, you won't be able to, because you'll be like, oh, no, I don't want to reopen a new position here. You know, because it resets the P&L, how it looks on your chart. I know it sounds stupid, but just try it one time. See what happens. All right, this is already getting way too long. Gold looks okay. It does really need to hold about 17. I'd prefer, hold on, let's go to the weekly. I prefer if it could hold like the 1780s for bulls. It can kind of go down to 1760-ish, but 1780s would be way more better. And anything on a daily closure above this 1835 area is probably going to go to just under 1900 with the quickness. So kind of nasty, kind of like the crypto world, looking like nasty as well. So silver actually looks okay. It's kind of just a retest of this breakout zone. I actually like silver's posturing a lot better above both VWAPs, which are these pink lines. Above all that, kind of this nice little basing pattern. Momentum is back to neutral on DMI. Bulls have it on RSI. So this is actually pretty decent. Just a little retest. It needs to really hold the 2380-ish. And if it does that, I think this is intact and looks fine. Platinum kind of got slapped. Platinum does not look very good, but it is just smack in the middle of this stupid range. I do still think long-term platinum charts, I do believe, are still worth your time. And I've been trying to establish long-term positions on that. And I'll share a chart with you guys real quick. Let's see, where is it? Got too many damn charts. Platinum gold ratio, you can see here. Okay, thank you. That means it's probably going down. Yep. Platinum gold ratio is at super, super lows. This is actually not the chart that I wanted to share. I have another one. I think I do. Pretty sure I do. Not too many damn charts. The charts just pouring out my butt, dude. Oh, whatever. I can show you the same thing here. Oops. So you can see platinum gold ratio chart is at the lowest it's been since the futures have been out. Way down here at 0.6. I mean, that's crazy, man, that platinum is that much cheaper than gold, considering its rarity. And we can do something called, not called, but we can do it like this, because I think we'll actually get some more history, won't we? Hold on, let me see. Let's go there. Let's see, how far does this go back? Pretty sure this is the long, long one. Oh, nope, the futures are kind of better. Oh man, I got some old notes on here. A little inverted head and shoulders. Oh, I hit the target too. Man, only a few short years ago. But anyway, PL. We'll just do it this way. I'm wasting too much time. So 0.6. There is this nice horizontal that I was looking at the other night at like pretty much half at 0.5. And, I mean, look at this thing, man. This is just brutal, dude. And it was the lowest when I started looking at this hardcore a few years ago. Lowest in the futures history. And then it got lower and lower and way lower. Actually, another 40% lower. But now, this is kind of a reversal type pattern. And let's look at it on the monthly, help clean it up a little. So you can see on the monthly, this is attempting to reverse here. It is kind of at the line of the sand with these two big candles right here. So if it goes back below 0.5, probably look for some more pressure on platinum. But just kind of this attempt to reverse, I do think platinum is going to be catching up to some of the gold stuff. And I know a lot of people don't like platinum because they're like, oh, we don't need it because combustion cars are going away, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, effing right, dude. Get out of here. Maybe in like 50 years, but I just don't even think that can scale. If Toyota and Honda are calling BS on that movement, then you really need to pay attention to those guys, okay? Because they've been in the game for a long time. Long time. Way longer than any other pretty much manufacturer, and they are the most successful as well. So if they're saying, oh yeah, right, the infrastructure is not even close to what it needs to be, we can't service, that's crazy talk. We're not doing half EVs or full EVs, if that's what they're saying by 2030, 2035, what a joke, man. Anyway. All right, I think that's about it. GDX bouncing nice. Oh, that was yesterday. This is end of day data. That's what this little blue, or some blue, yeah. Purple E means end of day. If you see that, you can see it right here too. And then up here at the top. Means it just uploads or updates at the end of the day. Oh, let's see. What are you doing, Bitty Bits? You trying to hold on? Yeah, it's not looking great. Yeah, look at this. We can see on DMI on the cracked time frames that bears are maintaining dominance. The bulls aren't even able to get into the neutral zone yet. So that's definitely concerning. Really just got to see how this daily closes. So I'm going to wrap it up with that, I think. Let's look at major sectors. GDX got monkey slapped. GDXJ even more so. Anything up today? Wow, there's not much anything up today. That's interesting. Let's go to FinViz real quick. Yeah, shit. Pretty brutal day, man. Mostly declining. Pretty even. Let's go to the heat map. What is this crap? Get out of here. No, go away. Tesla, Disney, mRNA. Oh yeah, okay. Is that where the oh my god, these video ads are so annoying. mRNA, is that where this money's
It's a little bit comforting
flowing?
knowing
Oh
maybe
my
I'm
God,
not on the
see?
toilet all alone.
On the toilet all alone. What the shit, man? No, it looks like it's just mRNA. Oh nope, Invax. Oh my god, Invax keeps going. Took this one off too early. That was a bad trade on my end. I had really good entry kind of down here in the 220s. And I don't know, I just do that sometimes. Even though there's no reason. Structure was perfectly fine, just hanging out. mRNA, that's okay. That's the one thing I've really been trying to iron out with my trading style is just premature exititis. Or exaculation. Does that work? Exilation. Moderna actually looks like it's regaining after a little liquidation break. I mean, it looks okay, about $400. Pretty crazy. How about Clown World's doing good today? Airbnb breaking out. Tesla breaking out. What else is breaking out? AMC breaking out. Look at this. This chart is still sexy. We were long that a couple of weeks ago. I did take it off because I had some pretty good gains on it, so I just wanted to lock those in. Hood, not so sexy. DoorDash, absolute garbage company. I can't wait to short this pig someday. And I'll go into probably a whole little hit piece on them. I just have very direct, whatchamacallit? Damn, snow, jeez. I just have a direct kind of good experience, and that's not the word I'm looking for. I can't think right now, but whatever. I own a restaurant, so, and we've been using them lately, and it's been very interesting to say the least. But we'll save that for another day. IPO, man, what the hell? Just this pump nation, baby. Oh yeah, fuel cell stocks I think are interesting right here. I think Blink Charging is very interesting here. I think Plug is interesting. I think this sector is definitely something to keep your eye out on. They're kind of in this just little forgotten pattern for most of the year, just kind of going down. What else was I looking at earlier this morning that looked kind of good? I think that, man, there was something else. Wow, Netflix finally outside of this range. I guess we're going into full bull-tard mode here. And Jesus Christ, dude, this thing is just ripping faces off, up 20% just in the last couple of weeks. Hey, after you consolidate for that long, is that what Russell's going to do? That'd be nice. Tesla, Microsoft's the only one out of the fangs that's kind of not doing shit. What are hotels doing? Hotels rallying, yeah. That's not super surprising. They are super busy if you went out anywhere for this summer. BNB, this is interesting to me. One of the bigger exchange tokens, Binance Coin, this thing took a dump, dude. Like, I guess not any more than everything else now that I measured it. It It looked bigger. It was about 30-something%. Pretty freaking brutal, man. FTX maybe puts in a little doji top. All-time highs. That's a tough read there. Can't get too bearish on that. Not quite yet. Crow did. Crow's gotten bearish below 18 cents. How about KuCoin? KuCoin might. Depends on how this daily closes. Almost kind of like double top here on the intermediate structure. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this bitch up. I got some things to do. So Bitcoin, it's kind of neutral. And momentum is gone until we get back above 48,000. This is not a sexy chart. This is not what the bulls wanted to see. This is a rejection. When you get right over a major pivot area like 51, like we've been targeting for a long time, and then immediately you have the bears say, nah, bitch, get out of here. You know, you have to take that data forward. That's not good. And so, is this FUD or something and you just buy the dip? I don't know about that. I'm not going to hang my hat on this, on that statement right now. Not on just a random, 3/4 of the way done day. Like, we need way more data on that. And then the way that this just looks on the 458, I mean, this is no bullshit. And the 458 is not a bitch time frame. It's not a crack time frame. It's roughly like 7-8 hours or so on a candle. And so this is not good. It's also reasserting that 48,000 now, being below that, is no bueno. Okay, so that sucks, but hey, shit happens. It's crypto. And if the daily closes like this, it'll actually be the first time we spike above the power zone for the bears, going back to the May, June consolidation zone. So bulls best be holding it above 42. And really 44. Anything to below 44, it probably goes to 42. And if 42 doesn't hold, y'all, I mean, I would consider this a bull trap, and I would be looking for some pretty substantially lower prices on this bitch. What would change my mind now? 48K, 49K. If we can get above that on some dailies, get up over this structure right here, yeah, then I'll definitely change my tune. But right now, yeah, it's not my favorite price action. Ethereum's trying. I mean, it's regained almost half the candle above this structure, so it actually looks a little bit better than Bitcoin. Anything back below 3,300 will be kind of in the same boat, and that probably opens the door back down to 3,000 flat. And anything below 3,000, I start to look for numbers in the mid-2000s on that. So let's kind of see what happens. It's been a brutal move. I got to get out of here. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm only going to do 20 minutes. Yeah, well, that didn't happen. It's been your boy, Z-Rex. September 7th, day after Labor Day. Hopefully people start getting their asses back to work. All the benefits, extra stay-at-home benefit crap is done now, no matter where you live. I know some states took it off before already. Let's see if we can get some workers back in, man. We need it. This inflation is too crazy. This shit is too expensive everywhere you go. I don't care what the hell you're buying, pretty much. It's up or hard to find. It's either more expensive or you just can't find it. So it is what it is. Much love. I'll see y'all guys soon. Peace.